I don't know what y'all talking about.
You know all the little thing that they do in movies when they be like, all right,
Oh,
scene
oh,
5,
yeah, yeah.
episode 1. Yeah, that thing.
Action.
Action, right.
Yeah,
action.
yeah.
Action. All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of Uncomfortable. This is episode 22. We're really moving up there. This is my guest. So I'm going to let him introduce himself. Let him know.
How y'all doing? My name is Michael, but I go by Prince.
Okay.
You feel me? Yes, sir.
All right. How old are you? What you do? Like, what's your vibe? Like, if you want to let them know.
I'm a little nervous right now. Nah, but yeah, I'm 27. You know, I'm an artist and a designer.
Okay.
Right now, I'm working as a barback. You know, trying to climb the ranks. You know, and
I'm not gonna lie, I always wanted to be a barback.
yeah, it's pretty dope.
It's pretty dope, right?
Yeah.
I knew it.
I work in a Mediterranean restaurant. It's awesome. Yeah.
Where's the restaurant out, like in Soho?
Yeah.
I knew
You
it.
already know, yeah.
They always have Mediterranean restaurants in Soho. Like, they don't have them nowhere else.
Of course, you know
I
what
knew
I'm saying? That's, it's trendy.
It is very trendy.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So today we're brought here. We're going to speak about some mental health awareness and also just speak about Michael's new experience that he went through, which we were talking a little bit about on camera, or off camera, my bad. And it seems wild. So,
Very wild. Spooky.
which is spooky season.
Spooky season.
it makes sense. Like, we're going to be doing a lot of spooky episodes this season. So you start with whatever you feel like. Say whatever you need to say. And I just want to sidebar, this is a CBD blunt, just for the people that keep saying, I thought you stopped smoking weed, you smoking weed. It's CBD. Okay?
CBD.
CBD with the Mario voice.
Nah, but yeah, like I want to say about like a month and a half ago, 6 weeks. I just got back to New York actually like 2 months ago.
Because you was in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, no, I was in Houston.
Okay, my son, you
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. You heard? Y'all gotta pop out.
No, but you've really been traveling though. Like,
Yeah, you know, cause I work with music and stuff too. So
Right.
yeah, so
Meeting
I
different
forgot about that. Yeah.
networking, okay.
So I came about like 2 months ago, and things were normal. You know what I'm saying? I was working already as a valet driver downtown,
Okay.
and I started smoking again because I was actually sober.
Okay.
In
Smoking
Houston.
weed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was actually sober that whole time I was over there. I was gone like 10 months. You know, so I probably smoked about 4 or 5 times in those 10 months. So when I came back, I started smoking on the regular, whatever,
Okay.
And then one day, I was smoking with, guys I haven't really chilled with, but they're actually like, real drug addicts, you know what I'm saying? So we were smoking in the crib and stuff. It was a band though too. We were smoking in there. And I remember I came out and I went to one of my boys' cribs and I just lost it, you know what I'm saying? Like, floor was falling under me and it just felt like I was in hell for like 5 seconds, but luckily for me, I've done shrooms before.
Right.
So I actually calmed myself down. I'm like, you're geeking,
Yeah.
But then it just clicked into me. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't even take shrooms. You feel me?
Right.
So I was like, okay, whatever. Like, this is fine, whatever. I'm like, I got laced because I'm a very like, I catch on pretty quick. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I even told my son Mike Jones, shout out my son Mike Jones. I told him like, yo, bro, I think they laced me, bro, because I'm geeking on my mind right now and I just smoked a blunt. You know what I'm saying? So this was 6 weeks ago. so let's fast forward to now. So, it just got worse. I was at the point where I was driving on the highway and it felt like I was suffering from like sleep paralysis. Like, I couldn't feel my body. Things were zooming in and out. And I just got scared, So
Yeah, but especially because you're on the highway.
in a
right?
highway,
So
because you
feel
can't
that
stop. Yeah, you can't stop. So it's like, you know what? Fuck the highways. I'm going local. So I started driving local. It was pretty fine. But then at the time, I was just driving rentals. You know what I'm saying? And since I wasn't being able to drive on highway, I'm like, you know what? Fuck the rentals and stuff like that. So I started taking the train. Now the trains are scaring the shit out of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know what to do. Like, the trains is just overwhelming me, the noise. It's a lot of like geometry too. When you're in there, like, there's a lot of shapes that you just don't really pay attention to.
Okay.
But like, since I was off, it was all affecting me, you know? So I would have to like hold on to the walls and stuff when the trains come, and I would just try to close my eyes sometimes, just try not to overthink it,
Right.
But I know I was off.
You knew something was wrong, yeah.
I try to go to the hospital the first 2 weeks, and it's crazy because at that time I was living with one of my roommates. I ain't gonna lie, he's really off in the mind.
Okay.
Actually, he wasn't a roommate. He was a friend that actually held it down for me. And because I didn't have nowhere to come, like, live at when I came from Houston.
Right.
So, but he, he's off. So I explained to him my situation, and this motherfucker tells me, bro, it's okay. I've been laced before. You're just going to feel off for a couple months.
What?
And so I'm like, what? Like, yeah, like, what the fuck do you mean I'm going to be off for a couple months? Like, you crazy, bro? I want to get good now. Like, fuck out of here. Like, I want to be able to drive again. I want to be able to take the train. I want to be good, bro. Yeah. So I try to go to the hospital. At the time, I didn't have insurance. So I go to the fucking walk-in clinic and like, yo, I need help. I'm going to die. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, oh, you have insurance? And I'm like, no. They're like, $150. I'm like, damn, $150 for a nigga that's about to die? I don't even got that. You feel me? At the time, I really didn't. You feel me? So I'm like, you know what, whatever. I'm going to hold on for now. I should be fine. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, right now anxiety's building up, fear, paranoia.
Which is not good.
So I got introduced to Crystal at the time, so I moved in with her. You know what I'm saying? So okay. Yeah. So shout out Crystal, you heard for holding down. So I actually left the guy crib because obviously, like, honestly, he had crackheads over all the time. Like I said, like, he was an ex-addict and stuff like that. So, he doesn't discriminate against people, that have addiction problems and stuff like that, which I don't mind. But
that's not the type of time you on and not the environment you want to be in.
Exactly, because, first of all, I don't feel comfortable with my stuff around people like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then having to sleep around like that, and I'm losing my marbles at the same time. So it's like it's eating at you. It's too much worry. I'm scared I'm gonna end up like that. Yeah. So and then I started not trusting anybody. A lot of like fear and stuff like that. And I couldn't even go to work anymore. I lost that job as a valet driver. So. Damn. I expressed how I feel because I'm a very expressive person. I'm a very I'm an expressive person. I'm outspoken, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So I expressed it to everybody like, yo, I'm not right. Like, something's off with me right now. I can't function. I can't drive. I can't do shit right now. I'm bugging. Like, I don't even feel like I'm inside my body right now as we speak, and people just disregard it, you know what I'm saying? Because you're a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I really wanted to come and talk about this because, I feel like people don't take it serious. Like, oh, you're a man. Step up, And so be strong, and oh no, you're bugging, bro. Like, you're good. Yeah. I'm not good. Right. If I'm telling you I'm not good, I'm not good. You feel me? So, whatever. I moved into a new crib and all that, and I was blessed to even find the bar backing job right away. Yeah. So I left that job because I'm like, I just can't do it. They wanted too much from me, and I just didn't have the devotion or even the brain for it. You know what I'm saying? At the time, so I'm bar backing and stuff like that. So fast forward 2-3 weeks. I'm still not right. You feel me? I'm worse now. Like, I could barely walk down the street. Wow. So I'm walking down the street, and it feels like Inception. My fault. Let me just mute this.
That's okay.
It feels like Inception. So it feels like exactly. So it feels like I'm like, first of all, I'm going through hallucinations, which things are zooming in and out for me. Okay. Which is terrifying. Right. That's why the trains and highways is really like, you know what I'm saying? You can't decipher, especially driving. Exactly. Like, you won't be able to decipher if something's so far. So driving 70 miles, 60 miles per hour. So it's like my whole equilibrium was off. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, what the fuck is really going on with me? So, I'm just pushing through. Like, everybody's telling me to do as a man, push through, shut up and push through. So I'm doing it. And all right, like I said, now I could barely walk down the streets. I can't even work. I'm staying home. Now I could barely stay home. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting worse by the day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, holy shit. Like, oh, fuck. I'm really bad right now. Yeah. I'm scared for my life. Suicide was coming in my mind. And not in a way that you would think, like, it wasn't like I wanted to kill myself. It was like my body was trying to kill itself. You know what I'm saying? So
like, it felt like that would be easier for you.
No,
your body, I'm saying, like,
not even. My body was just tweaking. Like, it was trying to jump off a building. Like, literally, like, it was trying to give me like visions of me walking to the roof and like jumping off, or me going to my window jumping off, me going to the train, like stuff like that. So it really had to do with like falling and stuff like that. And it was terrifying. Worst thing I've ever faced in my life, hands down. Cause it felt like I was off shrooms without the colorfulness. Without the euphoric feeling. Yeah, you feel me? And
like a badass trip.
Exactly, a really bad trip for almost 2 months. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, god damn, like
that is not normal.
It's not. You know what I'm saying? And I got bad. So, I try to stay sober 3 days. I didn't get any better. I got worse. I smoked a blunt because I couldn't sleep for 3 days straight. So I smoked a blunt. Nigga, I felt my body trying to move on its own. I'm like, hell no. I was like, hold on, time out. You ain't gonna do this to me. So I just admitted myself to the hospital. And
did you feel like admitting yourself to the hospital would be safer for you?
Hell yeah, because I felt like I couldn't hurt myself. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna allow you to. You know?
They're not gonna let you do that.
So I never told nobody, my family, anything. You know, just friends, close, my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Friends and stuff like that. They disregard. They really didn't care. Like, and you know, it's crazy. Like, you know, nobody even thought to themselves, yo, he can't drive on the highway. That's weird. I'm the type of person, I've drove to Georgia by myself. You know what I'm saying? With only 2 brakes.
And nobody checked on you? Like
nobody even, like, they never really said, yo, bro, like, you good? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's, you know, let me take you to the hospital. Let's do a little prayer or something. Like, you need a cleansing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
something, yeah.
You know, so nobody really, like, reached out to me, and I was, you know,
hurt by
I was hurt. And I was so bad at this time. Remember, now we're talking about weeks.
Yeah.
In this, I started questioning my existence. That's when it really, like, you know what I'm saying, boom, like anxiety attacks out the ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through anxiety right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I just healed, you know, yesterday, thankfully, you know. And you know, so yeah, so I admitted myself at the hospital. You know, I called people, nobody picked up. You know, so that was very hurtful. You know, only person that picked up is Mom Dukes. You already know, Mom.
Of course,
you
Mom
know,
Dukes always hold it down. Like,
shout out Mom Dukes. They just got it. They got it inside of them. They know, like,
weird,
they feel
they
it.
just be knowing. Like,
they be knowing, because I called from a random number. You know, people not picking that up. You know what I'm saying? Especially because you got all these spam calls. You know what I'm saying? So, Mom Dukes picked up. So luckily for that, I told her, yo, because my mom lives in Houston. Okay. So my sister and my father's the only family that I really have in New York. So I told my mom, yo, tell my sister I'm in the hospital. But at the time, my sister was in Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? So she couldn't really come see me at the hospital. You know, I just wanted to talk to somebody. Yeah, you know. And so I told my sister, yo, reach out to my father, because I called him 20 times, but he blocked me. Oh, he said he thought it was the police.
He's like, they didn't come and get me.
Yeah, because he said he got before, but they ain't gonna get me twice.
He was like, like.
Yeah, so so I called him, you know, and you know, obviously he came. You know, he came flying. And the first thing he tells me is, listen, man, I don't believe none of that shit, bro. You're bugging, but your life is pressuring you, and you're just going through it right now and stuff like that. And I'm like, Pops, it's not pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Like I got laced, bro.
Like you know, I'm not right. I can't even see straight. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, he really couldn't
understand.
Fathom, you know what I'm saying? And personally, at first, I was mad, because I'm like, you know, he came to visit me, but I couldn't even express how I felt. I couldn't really tell, like, just get it off my chest and stuff like that. But he didn't give me an excuse. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? He didn't give me that comfort of like, oh yeah, you know, I am bugging. He just told me, straighten up. Like, if you think about it too much, you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're just not gonna get any better. And to be honest, I think that was the best advice at the time. You feel me? Because, you know, it made me push forward. But it hurt. You know what I'm trying to say?
In that moment, it hurt.
It hurt a lot.
Because you just felt like he was kind of like disregarding what you were going through.
Exactly.
And especially when you're going through something like that, you need an outlet. For the person you feel like you need to have that outlet with not giving you what you need, it kind of feels like, well, damn, like if I do say it, or if I want to get it out, you're not even going to understand me or want to understand me at all. So I feel like I'm talking for no reason.
Exactly.
And there's not going to be any type of sympathy. Like, at least sympathize with the fact that I'm bugging the fuck out. Like,
sympathy,
even if you don't
empathy,
think,
need that.
You know, even if you don't think it's I'm laced or nothing like that, I'm telling you I'm not right. So sympathize with me on that level and try to understand why.
And like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is why I'm talking about men's mental health, because it's just like, matter of fact, look, I was in there 3 days, right? And there were way more men, triple the men than women in the psych ward.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even though, because they segregate you, so the women stay on one side, the men stay on one side, and there's less chairs for women. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. And it's just like, damn.
Like, men must go through this a lot. A lot more than you think.
A lot, you know. And it's just, it hurt me. Obviously, you got to chin up, though, you know, which is the man thing. You feel me? You got to chin up. You got to be strong. You got to overcome, which I don't mind. But at the same time, I'm human.
And I need that sympathy.
I need that. Yeah. I need that. Like, I'm human. I have flaws. I have weaknesses. You know what I'm saying?
And I have feelings.
I have feelings. You know what I'm saying? I was there. I felt lost, but I felt comforted because I know I was going to hurt myself. So at the same time, you know what I'm saying? And, that's one thing that my father did say. He said all he got to say, but he did say, son, I'm proud of you for admitting yourself. He said, I'm proud of you for coming and handling this.
Because you didn't have to.
I didn't have to. I could have just
What if you would have let your thoughts consume you and you really would have jumped off that building?
So, you know what I'm saying? And that, stuck to me. And the fact that when I got out, he was the first one to come get me because I called my friends because they live around. Nobody picked up my calls and stuff like that. It was scary coming out. That was the scariest part.
Because you didn't know what was going to happen. Because you're associating being outside with what you was going through with before. So you're like, is that going to happen to me again? Like,
so they gave me some medication, some gabapentin or whatever it's called and stuff like that. And then for the anxiety, right? Okay, I'm fine. So when I leave the hospital, the doctor don't even give me no medication. Like, I'm like, damn, I thought he was going to prescribe me something. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't. So I'm scared already. My heart's beating fast. I'm like, fuck, like, am I going to be strong enough to overcome? And I'm a natural healer. But I was really bad out. I was kind of like, I need something. Like, because I know I can't do this right now. And so when I came out, I just remembered everything looked so huge, bro. I remember, like, I was like, what the fuck? I stood, I paced back and forth from the hospital for like half an hour, waiting for anybody to pick up my calls or anything like that. Nobody. I had a breakdown. Right? So I walked to the bus stop. I mean, you know what, Prince? You got to do this. You got to put your head down. Try not to look up. So I walk a couple blocks and I get to the bus stop. By the time I'm on the bus, I got on the 36 bus. I was ready to lose my fucking mind. I'm like, holy shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck, I'm scared for my fucking life right now. Like, what the fuck? But I called my pops. Thankfully, he said, yo, listen, go home, take a shower, get dressed. I'm coming to get you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I'm going to try my best to at least make it home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, he was able to pick me up. He helped me. He let me stay over his house because I told him I don't want to stay by myself. I'm scared. Like, I need somebody to be there for me to watch over me. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, all right, I got you. Pull up, He let me stay. I got to see my brother that I haven't seen in like 2 years. It felt, that was great too, And, so, fast forward to now where I just got out the hospital, like a week ago, a week and a half.
Okay.
And like I said, just yesterday.
You start to feel normal.
Yesterday at 9 o'clock p.m.,
Like I said, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are?
You feel me? Yo, my boys was hotboxing, but I didn't smoke with them because I told you I can't right now. I don't have the mental capacity for that. So it's like, I hopped out the car. I was heading home. I'm like, wait a minute. I feel normal now. Like, such excitement, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like this whole roller coaster. And honestly, like I said, this was the worst thing I've ever faced in my life. Like depression and heartbreak and all this other shit. And even me being homeless last year was nothing compared to this. Like, I'd rather be homeless.
I'd rather be homeless.
And because like I said, I'd rather lose a limb than me lose my mind. Because you could be happy.
Yeah.
You feel me? You could be happy on a wheelchair. You could be happy one arm. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have the brain, the right mind, you can never be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because your brain is so powerful and your thoughts are just too powerful.
Too powerful, bro. And
powerful.
It's scary.
It's very scary.
Spooky.
It's
very spooky.
We were talking off camera about it a little bit, but ever since I've had COVID, like I was telling you, like I've had anxiety attacks every single time I've smoked THC, like every fucking single time. And when you explain it to people, because they've never gone through it, they'll ask you like, what does anxiety feel like? The worst. Like that's it. It feels bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel normal. It doesn't feel cool. And it feels like your body and your mind are against you. And so that's a small thing of what I go through. So I could not even fathom or imagine how it would feel to, basically have your mind and your body working against you in a higher level when you're laced, because that's not even you choosing to do something. Like it's not like you chose to be laced.
Exactly.
Like I chose to smoke.
Exactly.
And then I was like, fuck, I'm having an anxiety attack, but like you wouldn't be like lace my blunt with angel dust.
Never,
lace my blunt with
never.
This, like, you know, like
I'll be like, yo, suck my dick. Do not lace my shit. Y'all buck it out.
Yeah, like
I'm good with the weed, man. I don't need none of that extra shit. Like that's facts. That's facts.
And for that to last that long, I would never think. Like I guess I assume like when you get laced, like it's just a 1 day thing or like a few days, not months.
Yeah, it's just because I'm really a lightweight. Like I said, I took like a gram of shrooms. I was afraid to lose my marbles. Yo, my boys was, and you, like I said, because they took eighths of shrooms, and I only took a gram, and they gave me another gram, and that's when I literally seen death with my own eyes. So I know I'm very like, you know,
your body wouldn't
take sensitive to it. Yeah. You know, because I only smoke weed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and I just started doing shrooms last year.
Okay.
You know, I don't do nothing else. So I guess when that hit me, and I was going through a lot too, it's just like
mentally,
broke
it was just
me.
Too much, yeah.
It broke me. It felt like my third eye was broken. It felt like it. Like my eyes weren't deceiving me. My mind was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was very, very spooky. Facts.
Oh my God, would not wish that on anybody. Not
Anybody,
even my enemy, like,
on my, I'd rather kill them with my own hands than put that against them. Like, to be honest, it was the worst thing I've ever faced. I would never want to, ever do, like, wish that upon anybody, and it opened my mind too. Like, I've had friends that fall into this. You feel me? And I made fun of them because, like you said, when you don't know, you like, yo, bro, you're bugging. You know what I'm saying? I had a boy, we was high school, you know what I'm saying? And my boy, he always felt like we were spitting on him. You know what I'm saying? And I used to laugh at that all the time. And I just told the story the other day, and it clicked for me. Like, I'm like, yo, imagine how you feel that the world is spitting on you. Mm-hmm. Like, you're just walking, like, he would be chilling here with us like that, and he'll be like, yo, bro, like, what, you just spit on me, bro? Like, he would feel it, like, you know what I'm saying? And no lie, he hasn't been the same. This is like 10 years ago, bro. Like,
but what happened? Like, did
he never spoke. You see, that's what I'm saying, because men will never come out and say it. Honestly, like, I don't have that quality. I don't have shame. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed for that, because I feel like that's what made me overcome this trial. My boys haven't overcome this trial. He's still in very bad shape. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I just received a DM too the other day, because I posted my story on Facebook, and one of my friends told me, he's like, yo, when I was 15, that happened to me, bro. And I never told anybody. And he said, no lie, I wish I did. You know what I'm saying? And those are the messages that actually make you feel
better, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Facts,
especially when you share shit that you go through that some people are afraid to speak up.
Very afraid
of. Like when it comes to rape, being laced, just shit that happens with your family, anything. It makes the people that have never spoken about it, like, be like, you know what, like, this person that I'm friends with had the courage to speak up about something. Like, it makes me feel like at least I know I'm not alone.
Exactly. Like, yeah. And it's very tough, bro. It's very, very tough. And personally, like I said, like, as a man, it's different.
Yeah, no, for
like,
sure.
But people don't even know how to deal with you, and it's just like they don't care. And it's crazy. I expressed myself very detailed on Facebook, a lot of posts, and a lot of people were like, "What the fuck?" But I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I never gave a fuck about what anybody says, because at the end of the day, you could judge me, but you ain't helping me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Not me.
You're not me. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's crazy. My sister actually called me. She's like, "Why the fuck are you writing that on Facebook? You're bugging out. You don't write that. Facebook is not for that." I'm like, yes, it is. Like, Facebook is nothing but a journal, a public journal.
Basically.
So if I want to write about what the fuck I'm going through, personal,
you can do
I can.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, everybody on this bitch's knows this motherfucker. They want to know what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying?
It's a fact. And even so, like, I feel like I used to think like that, like when I was younger. Like, I used to feel like I shouldn't post personal shit on Instagram, and I shouldn't post things that I'm going through. But then I thought to myself, like, bro, there's mad fucking people going through the same shit that just don't speak up. Like, it doesn't matter if you don't feel like you should or not. If you feel called to spread your awareness about something, do it. Because 9 times out of 10, you don't know who you're helping. You don't know who you're motivating to do the same thing. And you don't know who the fuck is, like, now inspired that something happened to you. And, like, they have a connection. Yeah. And they feel that sense of, like, okay, you overcame something, so I can overcome this. Because what you went through was, like, way larger than, is so minuscule to what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I totally, like, understand, like, why it would be like, fuck that. Like, I'm going to say it, and whatever happens. Like, either niggas is going to understand and niggas is going to respond with some sympathy, or niggas is not.
Exactly. And that's what I just did it for awareness. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, I told my sister, I'm like, first of all, never tell anybody how to cope with how they like what they're going through. Because I can't tell them. I can't tell you how to deal with things.
Exactly, especially if I've never been through it.
I've never been through it. You have to be understanding, you know what I'm saying, and compassionate. Social media has taken away compassion. Because why the fuck can I post, oh, I just got hired. Oh, I just got a house. Oh, I just got a car. But I can't post, I just lost my job. I just lost my car. I just lost my brother. You know what I'm trying to say? So why, I understand positive is awesome, yes, but the negativity is reality. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want to share reality. It's becoming more and more fantasy. So I could post my brand new Bentley that I'm renting. That's not even mine, just to give people the wrong impression. But I can't post what I'm really going through. You know what I'm saying? I'm broke. I'm in the street right now. Why I can't post that? You know what I'm saying? I always found that crazy because, like I told you, last year I was homeless during COVID.
Yeah, you said that.
My cousin, my own family threw me on the street.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because, I'm not going to lie, be honest. When COVID hit, I was partially employed. So I didn't know I could have unemployment. You know what I'm saying? So I fell behind 3 months. You feel me? But Cuomo passed the law that you can't evict anybody in New York City.
Right.
Right? She took it upon herself to still evict me. You know what I'm saying? So when I figured out the unemployment situation, thank God, you know what I'm saying, I was able to pay her everything I owed her. And she said, you still got to leave. And I'm like, what do you mean I still got to leave? And she's like, yeah, you still got to leave. And I'm like, I'm not leaving. What the fuck? I told her straight up, bitch, I'm not leaving. I took a flight to Miami, you know what I'm saying, whatever, I'm splurging, whatever, but that don't matter because I paid my bills. I paid my debts, and I showed that it was real because I even paid the next month. So I paid the 3 I owe, and I paid the next month. That's 4 months. So she couldn't say nothing to me, right? And she still took it upon herself to, throw my stuff out. She got rid of all my shit. She framed me. She framed me. She broke her own TV. Told the cops it was me.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And the cops actually came like 15 deep and arrested me. And that was the first time I ever wanted to really hurt somebody. I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a family. It's fucked up. That's what I'm saying. It's COVID time, so you gotta be in a cell with real sick, dirty motherfuckers, bro. And you're going through this right now. And my family didn't defend me, so I was really mad at my moms and my sisters because I'm like, you just let my cousin do that. That's from my mom's side. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, my mom's telling me, oh, Michael, just leave. Why you don't tell her no?
Don't make him leave. Yeah.
He paid. Or if he didn't pay, why he didn't pay. We're going through a fucking pandemic right now, bro.
Like, have some understanding.
How would I live in the street at? You know what I'm saying? So she was just really jealous that we got money. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a couple of us, because she was renting it out to us. She's stupid. And so like I said, I was homeless and stuff like that. And I was really upset at my family and stuff like that. She framed me on Facebook. She called me a bum. She said I never paid her. Wow. She said that I was a bum-ass homeless nigga, that I'm dirty, that she see me in the street because I was homeless at the time. She said that I looked mad dirty and it's embarrassing, blah, blah, blah. And everybody kept, and then everybody, just let her be. So I took it upon myself to steal her car. Yo,
that's fucking lit.
So you feel me? But this is the funny part because the car was under my name.
Oh.
I did her that favor.
Right.
And so I'm like, you know what, bitch, you gonna kick me out the crib? I'm taking this car.
As you should.
And people have the audacity to be like, yo, give her back the car. I'm like, I'm homeless right now. You're going to help me? You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to sleep in
this
car.
Nah, bro, you're wrong for that. That's not your car. You didn't pay for it. I'm like, I know, but I signed off on it.
And it's in my name.
It's in my name.
So legally, this is my car.
Legally, that's why she was begging everybody on Facebook and everything. She's like, yo, he stole my car. But they're like, oh, why you can't call the police? Because you can't. It's under my name. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you paid for it. You paid a lot of money for it.
But it's under my name.
Because I signed off on it. You understand what I'm saying? Without me, you won't have the car.
Right.
It don't matter. The title's under my name. Right? So I got mad at my mom for that. I'm like, Mom, so you didn't say not one word about, about me getting kicked out and losing everything, but you got something to say about her car.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. This also goes with men's mental health. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, she didn't care. She cared about my cousin, which is a female. She's a female. And, she's giving the crocodile tears. She's giving the shows. She's having the fake shows and trying to pay victim when I'm the real victim. She threw all my sneakers out, all my clothes out, paintings, because I'm an artist, like I said, paintings, notebooks, everything, MacBook, phone. I had another phone, everything she threw out.
In the garbage?
I was in the garbage. I was living in a bag with white tees and stuff like that. I lost everything.
Wow.
And nobody batted an eye. But once I took her car,
it's like you're the villain.
I was the villain. I legit was the villain. Family started attacking me. I lost all my family at that time. My family, like my inner circle, the only ones that didn't really give a fuck, like I ain't gonna lie, it was like a civil war, you know what I'm saying? I had a few that was on my side. My numbers was low though, I ain't gonna lie. And then there was a lot of people that was on her side like that, you know what I'm saying? And I ended up losing the car because I got arrested for DUI, you know what I'm saying? At that time I was homeless, I was living in the car, you know what I'm saying? And I lost myself, you know what I'm saying? I was drunk, high. I was in CT, linking up with some shorties, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you know, I got caught up in a what's the shit's called, where they set up right there, you know, the cops set up and they pull your window down and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
You it's like a stop and frisk, and search, whatever this shit's called, whatever this search, whatever this shit's called, whatever.
It was probably a search and they just stopped you.
Yeah, because what happened was that they actually killed a little girl on that street. Like a drunk driver. So then they posted up there looking for drunk, you know, people that was off the influence. So I just happened to do that. And at the time, like the car, I don't know how my cousin did this, but the car title was under my name, but the registration she managed to put under my other friend's name. She finessed it.
So then when they asked you for your license and your registration.
No, yeah. That wasn't even the problem. That they didn't care about that. They're like, listen, you're high as fuck. We're taking the car because they want money. You know what I'm saying? When they tow your car, they making bank.
Right.
So they didn't care about that, but the problem was the registration was under the guy's name, so he actually snitched and told my cousin where the car was at. So that she went to go, he signed off on it, you know what I'm saying? But she can't sell the car because it's still in my name. To this day, you fucked. You heard? You suck my dick too. You heard? That I was like, yo, word about brother suck my dick, bro. And it's like, yeah. So at the end of the day, you know, I lost the car physically, but I could always call for it and look for it. But I let it go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think they was doing me more harm than good. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I was just disregarded because, like I said, as a man, you just toss to the side. Like, yo, but what do you got? Why you got her car? I'm homeless. I'm living in this car. Yeah, I was legit parked up, living in the car, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is, though? I feel like a lot of people, like you said, like, it's really great to be positive, and positivity is amazing. And I feel like, you know, especially someone being spiritual, like, I love positivity and we love it, but sometimes, like, it's hard to deny, and it's just like, it's realistic that there is negative that creeps up all the time, whether it's in your thoughts. And I love to say, like, one of my my affirmations in the morning is, my negative thoughts do not define me.
Amen.
And I say that because it's hard to sometimes, even if you're positive, them negative thoughts creep in sometimes so hard that it'll be hard for you to be positive in that moment.
You can't even see the positive.
You can't even see the positive. And I think that it's okay. Like, I think people want to force positivity. Like, bro, like you said, sometimes negativity is realistic, and sometimes it's okay, especially if you're trying to grow. Reflecting on those negative times is more important than just trying to be positive.
Exactly.
You cannot
and lie to yourself.
Yes, facts. You cannot cover up negativity with positivity and be like, well, I'm just smiling. No, face that shit that you're going through, and that shit will make you get stronger, because you have to go through the negative to get stronger. Somehow, some way. That's the only way. If everything was positive, we would all be fucking happy, merry, cheery people, and nothing in the world would be going wrong. Yeah, this would be heaven. And it's not. And it's okay.
Nah, definitely not.
And the thing is, some people are not okay with admitting that they're broke, they're homeless, they're going through shit, they're depressed, they're mentally not okay. Some people are not okay admitting that. Like, you know, there's so many people I know on Instagram stunting, like, you know, I get this money. You're a scammer. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. If scamming wasn't a lie, what would you do? You on the
run right now.
What would you do?
Exactly.
You on the run. But if scamming wasn't a thing, what would you do?
Probably rob people, steal from people.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. And I also saw something like, I'm trying to get out the hood. I'm not trying to look good in it. Yeah. So fuck all of that extra shit and having all this other shit. That's not important to me, and I don't think that's important to a lot of people. You know, it's okay to struggle, and I think people feel like, you know, we live in a glorified world, especially on social media, especially on Instagram. It's like you gotta be popping 24/7 to be important. And it's like, no, shit is not popping 24/7.
I can't even DM a shorty without some 5 pictures. Come on,
you know come on. Like, at this point, you can't even DM a shorty you ain't buying her Birkin bag. You know what I'm saying?
For real, and I don't even got that money.
You know what I'm saying? saying?
I
You
want
can't,
a Birkin bag.
Right, like you want somebody to buy you a Birkin bag. So it's like, it's just ridiculous. Like, even people that are fucking on top. Like, listen, there's so many, listen, look at Robin Williams. Nigga, he killed himself.
Yes.
He was famous. He had what a lot of people would, some people would want. He was glorified. He was talented. Very talented, yes. Extremely talented, and he was still unhappy.
Mac Miller too.
Mac Miller too was very
heartbreak.
still.
And people will tell you, yo, bro, it's just a girl. That's not the point.
That's not the point. It's not the point.
I'm going through it right now. I need y'all. I need help. I'm going through it, and that's exactly why. And then you know what's crazy? Everybody's rest in peace. Let's make pictures. Rest in peace. That was my boy. Blah blah blah. Fuck y'all. Fuck all y'all.
It sucks because it makes you think, like, even like you were saying, like, when you was reaching out to your friends and they wasn't answering, it's like some people are in that realm, and I feel like sometimes I can even say that by myself. When you're in a realm where you feel like, it's not that I don't want to deal with your stuff, but I also have things going on with me, so I can't really deal with you as much. But it's like, if my friend is asking me for help, I have to be there.
You have to.
I have to be there.
You have to. Compassion, you have to.
You know what I'm saying? At least even if I'm not talking to you every day, to the point where I check up on you, like, hey, how are you doing? Like, it don't have to be that I'm talking to you every day, exactly. But like, how are you doing? How is that situation going? How are you feeling? Are you feeling better? You know what I'm saying? Just those small check-ins, the little things. Because I don't need to talk to you all the time while you're going through shit. You don't gotta baby me. You don't gotta rub my back.
Send me a message. Yo, I'm thinking about you. You okay, bro? You all right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep your head up, bro. I love you. You know what I'm saying?
Something calm to get me through what I'm going through.
Hell yeah.
And some people, like, they just can't do it. Like, they just feel like, you know, and I'm all for taking care of yourself and putting yourself first. But at what cost does that, you know, does it come to the point where you're selfish? Because you could be selfish, but how selfish?
Exactly. Like, think about it like this, bro. If we don't help one another, right now, humanity won't even have these apartments with water and light and heat.
Of course not.
If everybody was so selfish, but we still be living in caves. Let's really be honest, because we got to help one another. You know, and a lot of y'all preach about God. You know, God would want you to reach out for your fellow man and woman. Mm-hmm. You feel me? God don't care what you're going through. God would tell you, you better still reach out. Yeah. Nonstop. Because at the end of the day, we all we got.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And things are temporary. You know what I'm saying?
Very.
And some people just need more help than you do at the time. I'm the one that needed help this time, but I've been there for people when they were down and I was going through it. I was homeless last year and I was having niggas in my car sleeping with me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I made sure they ate. Yo, we all gonna eat today. You feel me? Like, yo, we all gonna do something today. Yo, come with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, like, people make excuses. At the end of the day, it's just excuses, bro. Like, yeah, you couldn't help me, but you at the club.
Right.
You couldn't help me, but you chilling, smoking over there on the block. Like, you definitely could have helped me. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's about prioritizing, you know what I'm saying? And being compassionate, like I said, too. Like, we just, in this world, was like me. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
We lack a lot of sympathy. Even, like, just going back to, like, social media, like, this whole cancel culture, like, I feel like it's so stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's sensitive. It doesn't really, like, speak to the volumes of what people go through.
Exactly.
Like, not everybody's gonna like you. Get the fuck over it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's
not real. Like, it's okay. People are allowed to say whatever the fuck they want. People say shit. People are crying, trying to cancel them. I'm like, bro, people have said worse shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
To be honest, I'll be honest. I'd rather know you're racist. Tell me you're fucking racist, bro, and I'm gonna respect you. But when you hide and try to put this fake mask on and stuff like that, that's my problem. That's why that sensitivity shit is bullshit. Because people should be able to speak their mind so you can really truly understand
who they are. Exactly. Right. Now, like, you know, listening to your story and thinking about how you got laced, like, imagine how many other people have got laced and then just stuck with it and, like, just kept going, not because they wanted to you know, catch that feeling, but they didn't know. And it just continued to fuck with them. You know, and imagine how many people are homeless and stayed homeless and just continue. You know what I'm saying? It just makes me feel bad that, like, when I go to 125th Street, like, I judge people, but I be like, damn, like, I mean, how am I supposed to know who got laced or not? Like, you know, like.
I know exactly what you mean. And a lot of them were laced, for real.
I'm sure.
Because a lot of my boys, I ain't gonna lie, they ended up licks, you know what I'm saying? And I know for sure they got laced because they're not even the type to even want to try it, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, you go deeper and deeper. And
but like you said, you know, being a man sometimes is really like, okay, you're supposed to be a macho man. You're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be the provider. You're supposed to be the one that's strong enough to go through everything. So it's like, sometimes I guess it could be like, well, we wouldn't expect that you would go through this, and we wouldn't expect that you need sympathy or want it in any sense, which is kind of fucked up because, like you said, I'm just a human. Like, my genitalia has nothing to do with the way I function as a person. Like, I have feelings just like a woman does, and I go through shit just like a woman does, and you know, I do have the X, Y, and Z just like a woman does. And it's like, it kind of sucks that it's not translated in that way, because I've definitely heard that, like, oh, he's a boy, he can suck it up, like, you know what I'm saying, or boys don't cry, even that shit, like,
don't cry. Yeah, they tell you automatically when you're growing up,
men don't cry. You know, and it's like that has nothing to do with femininity. And also, just going back to that as well, like, I remember having this conversation with my friend. Shout out to Kay.
KK, you heard?
Shout out to Kay with always the insight. She's very divine, but like she said, like, she, you know, masculine and feminine energy is essential. It's a balance. It's a balance. So just like I'm a woman, there's definitely some masculine energy in me. And just like you're a man, there's definitely some feminine energy in you. And it would make sense. Like, I'm a woman, but I was also around men when I was growing up. I was raised by a man and a woman. You're a man, you was raised by a man and woman. So it makes sense that you would have that balance from your father and your man, your mother. You need it. And even if you wasn't raised by a man and a woman, like, you still have that instilled inside of you. Like, you know, just being a human being.
Sisters, friends, everything,
aunts,
like aunts,
you know what I'm saying, uncles for me, grandpas, or like, you know what I'm saying, friends. Like, I still have that masculine energy in my life. So it's like I still draw from that, although I am a feminine woman. Like, you know what I'm saying, that's just the way it is. Like, that's why, you know, the world was created for man and woman. That balance, you know,
need the
like
balance. You can't have the yin without the yang.
Facts. I can't have a child without a man, just like a man can't have a child without me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Thank you. I agree 1,000%, because some people just have this real fucked up mentality, like, oh, a man supposed to do this, but a man can't feel a way when he can't see his child, or a man can't feel a way when you're acting petty. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
that's a woman thing.
Yeah, it's a woman thing. It's like, well, like, no, hold on, man. I'm entitled to feel everything. You know?
Yeah. The only thing I would say when it comes to men is just that y'all be real some fucking bozos when it comes to dating. But that's it. Like,
that's cap.
That's not cap.
That's cap.
That's not cap.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all women just, man, listen, man.
No.
Y'all don't even know what y'all want. I'm just gonna say that.
Some women don't.
So if a woman don't know what she want, how we gonna know?
No, that goes for some women. Some women know what they want. That's the thing that
you know what you want.
I do. I know. I said in the last episode. I want a man, right? Like, I want a boyfriend. But sometimes I can agree that, like, maybe I'm not ready in the sense that I'm not ready. That doesn't mean I don't know what I want, though. But I mean in the sense that I wouldn't want to be with someone if I feel like I couldn't give them my all, or if I feel like I couldn't be there for them like the way I need to be. Because I feel like not saying I have commitment issues, because I've never been in a relationship, so I don't know what commitment issues would be. But like, I haven't really considered the thought of having to consider someone else as well, you know what I mean, because I'm single, so like I don't ever have to consider someone else while I'm talking to them, because it's like I'm not entitled to, because we're not obligated to each other, we're not committed. But when you're with somebody, you have to commit, and you have to think about them before you do everything. Like, will my boyfriend be okay with this? Will my girlfriend be okay with this? Let me ask my boyfriend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a thing. And if you're not ready to do that, you're not going to be fully in a relationship, which means it's going to fail regardless.
That's why my last relationship failed.
You see?
And she was in denial, like, yeah, you know, I want this and I know what I want, blah, blah, blah. She was telling me she loved me and all that. I'm like, okay, she wanted to be with me. Then once we got together, she's all over the place. I'm like, I'm like, you see, this is why I didn't want to do this. I didn't rush. You know, we was messing around for like 5-6 months before I actually popped the question, you know what I'm saying? And I actually popped the question before I left over here. You know, I told them, like, you know, if you want to be with me, I'm down. Come with me to New York, because she's from Houston. You know what I'm saying? She's from Texas, actually. She's not from Houston, but she's from Texas. And I'm like, you know, let's do this. Let's move to the next step. Like, let's build on our future, because I'm really like trying to build my brand and stuff like that. So I was like, yo, New York is the place to be. I have connections. I know people. And I would love for you to come with me. She's like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then once I left, everything just collapsed. I'm like, I knew it. I'm like, I knew it. Like, this is too good to be true.
When the shit gets real. Yeah. And that's the most important part.
Exactly. I personally believe time will tell. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are obsessed with puppy love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's not always gonna be that
real. That puppy love is not real. Yo, everything clicks in the beginning. Sex is amazing. Yo, y'all so empathetic, sympathetic. Y'all
and then the real shit rushes in.
And then when life really happens and you start getting comfortable with your partner, that's when you would tell. You understand what I'm saying?
When you could tell, yeah, because shit is gonna get real, exactly. And it's not gonna be honeymoon stage anymore.
Once you know your shorty on some bullshit every day, or your man's on some bullshit every day, you gotta eat that, blah blah blah. And I'm not saying take the unhealthiness. No, I'm saying like at the end of the day, we all have our flaws.
Right.
You can't expect perfection from your partner. That's bullshit, bro.
It is.
Effort is everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I used to tell that's why I used to tell my ex all the time. I'm like, yo, I don't care about how you mess up and stuff like that, but your effort, it's like you don't even have effort. You know what I'm saying? Why am I the only one trying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a huge red flag for everybody.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Dude,
red flag.
If you think it to yourself, you bugging, get out that relationship.
Facts.
You feel me? So that's what I'm trying to say, so like the girl, she was mad at me. She gave me an attitude because I just asked a simple question. She's like, oh, time doesn't matter. I'm like, yes, it does. Because puppy love is not real. Everybody in the beginning has the greatest, like they're obsessed with their partner. But then once you get comfortable with your partner and you start seeing other people around and your partner's pissing you off and your partner's not doing what you like and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a lot more that goes into it. But I feel like in this day and age, like not only do women now know what they want, but I think nobody really knows. And I feel like it's kind of hard for you to decipher that when everybody's playing this game. But also it's like you said, like when shit hit the fan, like that's when the relationship, when you can really tell. Because like you said, like everybody could be nice and dandy. Obviously you want to go flow with that person you're connecting with. But like when it comes to the point where you have to tell them some real shit about themselves, or like y'all could sit down and have a tough conversation.
Real tough one.
That's how you know if that person is meant for you, because you wouldn't want to have a tough conversation with anybody and they not making you feel this and it's not, like, you know, that's not gonna happen. But absolutely, you know, it has to flow well. This is why I'm still single and have never had a boyfriend, because shit is crazy. Shit is spooky.
Spooky.
It's spooky season. But back to you and everything you went through. So what do you feel like you've learned from this situation, and what do you think you could tell other people that might have gone through this, or who, you know, might have gone through and didn't even know?
Yes. To be honest, I learned so much by this. Everything makes sense now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can say this. One, you know if you're bugging or not. That's one.
Right.
Don't ever let anybody tell you you're not bugging. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you're off, you're off. That's one. Two, if you are in a very deep hole, this is specifically for men, because like I said, you know, we don't get that privilege of, you know, help. You need help. It don't matter what you look like. Even if you think you're embarrassing yourself, even if you think you're a liability, even if you think you're weak, get help. Because if you fall into a well, 9 times out of 10, you can't get up by yourself. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be that one gifted motherfucker to climb out that motherfucker dolo.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
For you to see.
You feel me? So, you know, get help. Reach out. Go get admitted to the hospital. Get professional help. You know, meditate. I did that. I meditated. I ate healthier. I, you know, cut things off. Yeah. You know,
cut people off. I blocked everybody that didn't pick up my call. I blocked them. Yeah, and those are close friends. I block. I don't even want to talk to them. Because even though they're your friend, they wasn't your friend in the moment that you needed.
I could have been dead right there. So right there, you lost your opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You have to make that decision. You know what I'm saying? You have to. Shit, I even called my ex when I was in there. I told, my ex she started arguing with me. I'm in a psych ward. She arguing. I'm like, yo, why are we arguing right now? You should be trying to be like helping me or worried about me. You know what I'm saying? And then I just banged her. And then when I got out, I just deleted her number, blocked her everywhere and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I forgot to delete her on IG. She wrote me the other day. I was tight. She's like, oh, are you good? I'm like, don't.
It's just too late now.
It's not even. It's like, don't give me the fake shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me that fake. Oh, are you good now? Like,
after you probably read my Facebook post and saw all the shit that...
Nah, I don't have it on Facebook, because I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know. I don't think you should add each other on. I feel like you should have your own personal life. You know what I'm saying?
You don't believe in like adding your significant other on social media?
I don't have to. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, like, it's crazy, because the last like 3 relationships I had, I really didn't even have them on social media. You know what I'm saying? Because I live my own life. They live their own life.
Interesting.
You know? Yeah, it was pretty... I think it was easier like that. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely interesting. And Because I'm not the type of person. First of all, if you gotta go through your partner's phone, you're crazy. That's one. That's one.
I agree.
Real. Two, if you're obsessive, you're watching your partner's pages and stuff like that, and you're criticizing everything they post, you're bugging. Like, I'll post shit that don't even relate to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just be writing shit. Like, I just be posting shit. So it's like, you can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Social media is just not what people think it is, bro. Because people think I'm thriving and I'm in the fucking psych ward right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Because I did a photo shoot, so, you know, people didn't really care. So I posted, you know, I did one for one of my boys. Shout out my boy JR. He released Dork Face. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing, bro. I see you. But yeah, so I posted that. People really didn't think I was bad. And I'm like, I just left the psych ward. I just posted that because of him. Everybody else.
I'm trying to support him,
yeah. So I was supporting him. But yeah, so besides that, you know, I really learned a lot about myself, you know. Anxiety. One, it's not real. You know what I'm saying? Two, fear is everything. You know what I'm saying? Fears was making you like feel like that, you know what I'm saying? And fear is not real. You know what I'm saying? And Russell Wilson actually made a post that clicked to me. You know what I'm saying? He put a study like on Monday. You should watch it. It's really dope.
Okay.
He was talking about, because he was playing football, you know what I'm saying? They broke his finger. First play of the game, like, goddamn. And, you know, but he was saying, like, you know, fear is not real. You know what I'm saying? And it's true, because it's not. Everybody's fear is different. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Fear is real to you, but what I'm trying to say is, like, fear in itself is not real because everybody has different fears. You know what I'm trying to say?
What you're saying, yeah.
So it's like, all right, you could be scared of spiders. I'm not. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So what does that really mean? You know what I'm saying? That spiders are not really, you know what I'm saying? But it's like your own personal
fear of it.
So you have to face yourself. And that's another thing I learned. You know, when you're fucking down, bro, you have to fight yourself.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Reflect that on that shit.
You
yeah.
can't blame anybody else. Fight your demons. Face yourself.
And it's easy. Obviously, it's easier said than done, but it's like
way easier said
you
than
have
done.
to really sit there with yourself and understand why. Which a lot of people, like spirituality, a lot of spiritual people say, like, it's called shadow work. Like,
yes,
doing that
definitely.
work of the person that is hidden in the shadows of yourself, that's going through a lot of shit as well that you haven't faced.
Yeah, you haven't faced.
Because sometimes we like to put a mask over the shit that we're going through and be like, but that other person is feeling that shit, and it's still us. But like,
yes.
it's the shadow version of ourselves.
Yes.
So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely fighting your demons.
You have to fight your demons. You cannot blame people. Like, listen, I've been abused. I've been drugged. I've been homeless. At the end of the day, you can't blame nobody. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want to overcome, if you want to be great, if you want to change the environment around you, you can't blame. You can't hold on to things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Also, what, I'm going to beat my kid because my father beat me? No. You know what I'm trying to say? You can't blame nobody. All right, my father beat me. Guess what? Now I'm going to make sure I give my kids compassion, love,
break that cycle.
Break the cycle, break the curse. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all all talk about, I want to break generational curses. That's not just financial.
Right. That's mentally, that's emotionally.
A lot of things. My father, shout out my pops, he broke generational curses. My grandfather, alcoholic. He was, you know, druggy. My father doesn't drink or smoke. You know what I'm saying? So he broke generational curses, and that's why I look up to that man differently. He's a legend. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's abusive. You know what I'm saying? So now it's my turn to break that curse.
Cycle,
you know what I'm trying to say? Till we get perfection, and there's no such thing, but we have to strive for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to try.
You have to try.
Yeah.
So you have to face your demons. Victim mentality is not gonna get you shit.
Yeah, that victim shit is not good.
You're gonna lose yourself. You
heard,
like Gucci Mane said, you can't get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? If that's real shit, like you feel me? Like, you really can't, because when you in the sauce, bro, everything gravy. Like, life is good. I'm getting money, but you lose yourself in that, bro. You lose the meaning, the purpose.
That's true.
You can't. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
What's a person without a purpose?
Nothing.
We sheep. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of y'all sheep. I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? No disrespect, but y'all gotta respect it, because at the end of the day, all of us can't be wolves. You know what I'm saying? We just can't all be wolves. You know what I'm saying?
And that's just a fact.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? And you know that, you know, stop taking things personal. If you can't take things personal from yourself when you fuck up, Don't
you
take
things personal for other people.
For other people,
that's something I had to learn. But I think I read this book, The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. I believe, and one of the agreements. So there's 4, but one of the agreements is don't take things personal. And I had to read that chapter multiple times because some of the things that he was saying, I was like, well, why wouldn't I take that personal? But then I thought to myself, like, some of the things that people say have nothing to do with you.
Nothing.
It has nothing to do with you. It could be more so what they have to do with themselves.
Yes.
And a lot of people project.
Yes.
So you have to realize, like, okay, well, that person said that, and that's fine. Like, that's what you said. That's what you think. That's how you feel. That's not how I feel and think about myself.
Exactly.
So that's fine. Like,
definitely. It's unnecessary weight. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely
that I'm adding to myself.
To yourself. For somebody's stupid ass opinion, some shit like, yo, fuck yeah.
And I realize, like, people who you feel like, even if they say things to personally hurt you or make you feel low of yourself, the best thing to do is just distance yourself from that person.
Yes.
Because
or
that's...
not even learn from that person.
Yes,
you can always learn. That's another thing. Always learn from anybody. Homeless, successful, angry, anything. You can always learn. Always.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, that's pretty good advice. I'm sorry that happened to you, because that sucks, you know, especially just because you was just trying to get high. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got out of work, you know, and I do regular, smoke my low, you know what I'm saying?
Which everybody does.
Everybody smoke a low za, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to be in this hell for so long, I'm just grateful I made it through. I'm still not done. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I've got back into my body, but I still have like an after effect. You know what I'm saying? Where I feel kind of numb, where I get anxiety, where things do look a little crazy to me.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I said, it's only been 2 days right now. I got to keep striving. I got to keep pushing.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's just, you got to look forward a lot of the times, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't get held back, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if I start thinking about what my mans did, who laced me, stuff like that, to be honest, it don't matter who laced me. What matters is I got to get good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get what
That's why I wasn't mad at none of my friends. I'm like, you know what? They probably didn't even know. I could get mad at them, but they got given some fucked up shit. You know what I'm trying to say?
They laced too. Like.
You can't claim the point right away. You got to really see the source of things. You got to break things down, you know what I'm saying, to the smallest levels, because things are not what they seem.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Things are not what they seem.
Niggas that could have played on the team played in between. You heard what Drake said?
Yeah, come on, bro. Real shit.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is real. But, like, no, I really do appreciate you coming on and sharing that, because I'm pretty sure, like, I always tell my guests, like, you know, you never know who you can inspire and motivate to do something different, to say something different, to be on a different type of time. And this is why I have this podcast, because there's not a lot of people that would get on and talk about some shit like that. You know, you put it on Facebook, but there's not a lot of people that will put it on Facebook.
Not at all.
There's not a lot of people that would even be able to call their friends for help, or their family. They would feel like they can. They don't want to, or they don't want to be judged. So I really do appreciate you. I'm sorry that you went through that, but I'm also happy that you were able to overcome it in the way that you was. And I'm grateful that you have life and that you have that drive to continue to go forward. You know what I mean? Because that's important.
Very important.
That's more important than, like you said, blaming people and trying to find out, like, blah, 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 blah.
Like, who did this to me?
Like
that's not going to solve anything. Yeah.
Like, what's more important is how you're going to move forward.
Yes.
And what are you going to do to continue to better yourself each and every day. So, with that being said, we're going to close out episode 22. Thank you to my guest, Michael, for coming on. I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe. And if you've ever dealt with anything like this, you know, if you feel comfortable to speak about it, to conversate about it, definitely comment below. And, yeah, this was amazing. Like, I learned so much. And I kind of have, like, a different sense of compassion and sympathy for the people that I see that may not be going through the same shit as me, like who we label as crackheads, or people we label as bums and homeless people, like, you know what I'm saying?
Those are regular people.
You never know what the fuck happened to them and what they going through. The trauma,
the trials and tribulations, gangster.
You know what I'm saying? But yes, thank you guys for joining me for episode 22. Thank you to my guest Michael for coming and sharing his story, and thank you for fucking with the kid.